We're going back 3 wide. Let's grade every single NFL draft using only College Football 25 ratings, gentlemen. Today, we have ourselves the Detroit Lions, the darlings of the NFL last year. Will they be able to follow that up and cash in on the momentum that they've built over the last 2 years under Dan Campbell? Let's get right into it because we got a lot of picks to go through. TD, we start off in the first round. End of the first round picks always seem like, where's the value? Where's the value? This was a team that desperately needed a pass rusher to pair with Aiden Hutchinson coming off. The D-line all injured. They had Aiden Hutchinson coming off an injury, Aleem McNeil coming off an injury, DJ Reader coming off an injury. So they go and pick up Tyleek Williams out of Ohio State, defensive tackle, platinum option disruptor, 91 overall. This guy is a guy who has always been a good run stopper. But really, in the last couple of years, he ended up being a really nice pass rusher as well, and can be a nice pairing for Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, he can, right? They went out and traded for Zadarius Smith late in the season as well once they lost Hutchinson. So I think they needed a big guy in the middle, too. They needed that run blocker. Tyleek Williams has good speed, too, 76 speed on the game. I've used Ohio State a lot. I'm sure Nick has as well, being the major Ohio State fan that he is.
H.O.?
He is an absolute stud in this game. They put him in the middle there. He gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback. He can blow up the run game as well. As you see there, he's got the inside disruptor gold. He's got the option disruptor. Some great abilities. This is a great first-round pick here at the end of the first round.
Yeah, user abilities-wise. I mean, listen, platinum option disruptor, big in the college game, maybe not quite as much in the pro game, but you're still sitting there with gold inside disruptor. And again, for a run stopper, you got 91 block shed, 84 power move. I mean, this fills a need for them and is a nice little piece of that defensive line to pair with Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I like this pick, man. You know, he's 6'3". You look at his frame, he can play defensive tackle, and he has good speed. And then you look at all the abilities that he has, like, you know, the road dog, the defensive rider, the mental abilities that you need to have. You ask me, you need to be a certain type of player to play in Detroit, like a blue-collar, hard worker.
Go to work. The go-to-work Lions.
Yeah, and that's what this guy reminds me of, and I think he's going to come right in there and be a perfect fit for them.
We go to the second round, end of the second round, and listen, you want winning pedigree, you got to go to winning programs, and clearly Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions decided, well, listen, we got Ohio State in the first round. Let's head to the Dogs of Georgia, and they're going to shore up that offensive line, which was, by the way, a really good offensive line last year, TD, and they go and get Tate Ratledge. Let me go to user first, because you're the man that loves seeing the abilities on players. When you see not one, not two, not three, but 4 platinum abilities on an offensive lineman, is he an auto A-plus pick?
Absolutely. And to get him in the second round is crazy to me. To see him drop down to 57, to me, I don't really even have to see the rest of the league. I know he has to be the best right guard. And you look at all the platinum abilities: strong grip, play action shield, pocket shield, and I can't read that last one. Wear downs. Wear down. So we're not talking goofy abilities here. We're talking about next level football. He can transition today and still be a good right guard for the Detroit Lions.
I mean, look at the numbers, TD. Where's the weakness? Tell me where the weakness.
And based on the game, like, this is a guy I could put over at right tackle. I mean, 95 pass block. You can play him at tackle. You can play him at guard. Like, this guy's an absolute stud. You wish the run block was a little bit higher for a guard, but he seems to me probably the best pass blocking guard we've seen come out in a while here. And Nick, I think you should go to all teams real quick. Just see where he stacks up. I believe User says
he's the best in the game. Well, we will have the answer to that one, right? Okay, he is. All right, fair enough. He knows the game. User, you know the game, huh? You've played this game.
Yeah. This is why we're doing this, because I know the game. I know the field. Ty, on the other hand, we'll see.
That's great.
I mean, by the way, he is 3 points higher than the next highest rated overall right guard. And you talk about somebody who, again, you've already got your cornerstone left tackle, Ty, with Penei Sewell on one side. Could you move Tate Ratledge to the other side as your right guard? I mean, this offensive line was already great. Exactly. Like this, and this is a team that does, listen, they have Jahmyr Gibbs, they have David Montgomery, they ran the ball a lot last year, but they want to throw the ball with Amon-Ra St. Brown, with Jameson Williams, with Sam Laporta. So they need a pass blocker, and Tate Ratledge, I mean, you could have 2 cornerstone offensive linemen that you're going to have locked down for 10 years.
Yeah, and remember, to get this in the second round, too, the best guard in the game in the second round, that boosts their rating up a lot for me. And remember, this was already the best offensive line in the league. It's just the rich getting richer right here, in my opinion.
Third round, they go out and get a wide receiver, not a car, I promise you. It's Isaac Tesla. Well, This is not what. Listen, from a football knowledge perspective, I watched him at Arkansas. Big frame, 6'4", 217. A nice physical wide receiver, especially if you are keeping Jameson Williams. He plays nicely on that outside, maybe that wide receiver. You move Jameson Williams to a slot guy, that speed. But from the game user, he is an 86 speed wide receiver that probably isn't touching your field.
But I'm going to tell you, I played a lot with Arkansas. You know, I did a lot of halfback pass, and y'all know if you play this game, you have to play with Arkansas and play with the playbook book.
So users just appeared bubblegum cheeser. No, I got it. That's fine.
But look, I'm going to tell you, Isaac Tesla, he might be – he's a sleeper because he was balling on my field. The ratings don't give him any justice. The abilities don't give him justice. Yes, it does look like a hell of a reach in the third round if you look at his overall ratings. Now, I'm not going to be too harsh on him because I have personally played with this guy. He can go up there and comes down with the ball with the rocket catch. He has that bronze 50-50. No. I thought it was a gold 50-50.
Ty, you disagree?
But hey, you know, I'm just saying.
This is why user has. First of all, this is why he's been washed for 10 years now when it comes to game.
I know
you have an 86 speed guy on your field. This is the issue.
Sometimes you got to know. He's 6'4", though. He's 6'4", so you got to understand there's not many Randy Moss, Calvin Johnsons out there.
Mizesko, real quick. Just look at the other Arkansas receivers look at the speed. There's 297, there's a 98, there's a 294, there's a 95, and he puts an 86 speed on his field when there's all these 95 speed plus receivers.
That guy's 6'7", 200.
But you couldn't put him out on the field. He was too low. You know, whatever.
He's two overalls less.
He's also 80 overall. Yeah, this is tough. It's a tough look.
First of all,
I'm just saying. I'm not ragging him too bad. You want me to be straight by the book? Okay, this isn't a good pick. All right, fine.
I think this is one of those.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if he go out there and ball. That's all I'm saying.
One of those situations where it's a good real life pick.
Yeah,
I think really, third round pick here. You get a guy that can come out, like you said, play next to J-Mo, play next to Amon-Ra. But as far as the game goes, not good.
Yeah.
We go fifth round, and the Lions go offensive line once again. They head down to the Bayou and pick up Miles Frazier out of LSU. Now this, out of the fifth round pick, you're getting an 88 overall right guard user with gold pocket shield, 6'5", 325. Not too bad.
Not too bad, 88 overall, like you said. But a gold pocket shield, you look at those abilities, and then he also has some mental abilities. And I always look at the mental abilities because you got to understand, in college, it's always everybody's athletic, everybody's young and strong, but do they have the mental capacity to be able to go on the road and play? And you got to understand, if you're going to go up there in Detroit, you got to be mentally tough for what they're going to put you through.
Numbers-wise, TD, I mean, listen, there's clearly an effort to shore up their pass blocking. Because, again, you got a 90 pass block, 92 pass block power, but the run block does leave a lot to be desired. But, you're still talking about a fifth-round pick.
Yeah, this is a good value pick here in the fifth round. Like you said, 77 run block, not great, not ideal there for the run game. But as a fifth-round pick, I don't think this is a guy that's going to come in and start right away. I think he's going to be one of those reserve offensive linemen that if Penei Sewell goes down or Rutledge goes down or one of these guys goes down, you can plug and play here. So this is a good value pick in the fifth round with that high overall of 88.
I want to see users' reaction because I feel like they might have gotten the steal, one of the late round steals of the draft. We head to the Smurf turf of Boise State. If you didn't watch a lot of Boise State, you might not know the name Ahmed Hassanin. But let's be clear, double platinum abilities, platinum pocket disruptor, platinum duress, 90 overall in the sixth round user. That is an absolute robbery in the sixth round.
Oh, that's a steal in the sixth round. That automatically has to jump you up in the grade level right there, right, Ty? I know you was thinking maybe C's, and now you're looking. This is definitely in the B range when you get a guy with platinum. I mean, let's be honest. We haven't seen many teams started picking players with great abilities until really right now. Yeah. They had the first round pick, 4 platinums right here, still in the sixth round, platinum pocket disruptor, platinum under duress. So you already know what that means. That means platinum under pressure when we get on that. And you feel me? So this guy is definitely still in the sixth round.
And I mean, 95 power move? God.
Power move, like 97 play recognition, 93 pursuit. Phenomenal sixth round value pick here. I think it's a guy, we talked about someone on the opposite, Aiden Hutchinson. I don't think he'll come in and start, but in the sixth round pick, he's a guy that can come in and contribute, get some pressure on the quarterback. Lions here.
Second highest power move rating in the game. I mean, you're talking about and a guy who's at 6'3", 271. I mean, listen, you put on a little bit of weight, could play on the interior of that defensive line, can play on the outside, a nice little pairing. I mean, listen, this is a really nice pick. A pair of 7th-round picks, and all from one school. We're heading back to Athens. Who's that coming down the track? It's the Georgia Bulldogs. We start off with a man with the name of an accountant, safety Dan Jackson. He did my taxes this year. Shout out to Dan. And user, from the looks of Dan Jackson's, maybe he should have done my taxes because he's an 86 speed safety.
Yeah, he was always one of those guys I had to take off the field.
With a 94 speed safety sitting right behind him. Yeah, I get that.
I had to take
KJ Bolden's a dog.
Yeah, had to take him off the field, so I never personally played with him. But like you said,
81 jump. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ty is disgusting.
How he did the combine. You look, a bronze ball hawk, doesn't really have the speed. But you understand, you're in the 7th round. You're in the bottom of the barrel right now.
No, this is the bottom. And one other thing, too, to make this even worse, it says on the game, our man Dan Jackson is 6'1". But when you look on the draft, on the DetroitLions.com drafts situation here, it says he's actually 5'11".
Which is funny because if you look on ESPN, or if you look on ESPN's draft summary, he's listed at 6'1", 190.
Oh. Interesting. Well,
so we got to check who the Lions are. They might have a faulty tape measure out there.
It doesn't matter either way. The guy's 86 speed. He ain't touching my field. He ain't touching my field in Madden. He's butt cheeks, if we're being honest here.
Jeez. Oh man, that's crazy.
Dan, send us a DM.
Shots fired.
Dan, send us a DM on Twitter or on Instagram. I'll send you Ty's address.
Real life player might be a great real life player.
He's a former walk-on.
Don't backpedal now.
Yeah, let me just say this: he's a former walk-on who played for the Georgia Bulldogs and gets drafted. Is that not a Dan Campbell player if I've ever seen one?
100%.
Absolutely. 100%. A lot of heart. He's a dog.
Literally. We close things out in the 7th round, staying at Georgia. Go out, the top wide receiver on this Georgia Bulldogs offense, Dominic Leavitt. 94 speed user. That's got to get you excited out there to pair him up with Jamison Williams. Can we go 4 wide?
Yeah, and you understand why he went in the 7th round, because he didn't have the overall, but he has the speed. And at the end of the day, you look at his abilities. He has a silver double dip, bronze shifty, and that's what you need in the league. You got to be able to get in and out of those cuts. This is a good pick in the 6th, 7th round, man. I mean, you might as well call this man like Boys to Men, because he's got 94 all over him. 94 speed, 94 agility, 94 excel, and 94 change of direction.
Yeah, the Georgia I used a lot in this game, right? I went Smith and Evans on the outside with their 98 speed, and then I went Lovett in the slot. Has good route running abilities there. You see the double dip, the shifty. He's pretty good on those jet touch passes with that shifty ability. Can kind of move.
Oh, you're a cheeser too. Got it. Love that.
So this is a great pick in the 7th round. Like you just said, the overall's not there. But the speed is there, the ratings are there. This is a good pick in the 7th round, and it seems like the Lions. I mean, are they the Detroit Bulldogs?
94. Well, yeah. I mean, listen. Don't let it slide by that Ty sat there and threw some names over at user and clearly showed his true colors, being also of the Gouda variety. I'm just throwing it out there, okay?
The Gouda variety.
The Gouda. We might call him Cheddar Davis from all the cheese that he's throwing out there. A lot of picks out here, TD, and I think a lot of opportunities on the DFS side. Who do you got your eye on from this draft that could be contributing to the Lions this year?
Yeah, I like this, right? They showed up that offensive line, which only helps Jared Goff here, and those running backs like Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery are easy guys you want to draft. Amon-Ra always, Jamison Smith, Williams always, Sam Laporta, of course, as well. But I think some of these guys can be interesting. Isaac Tesla, I know he's not great in the game, but real life, I think he can come in.
Dan Campbell has spoken glowingly about Isaac Tesla. I think you're going to see him on the field quite a bit for this Lions team.
At least, maybe not the first week, but once we get to like week 5, I think he'll be out there in 3 receiver sets. And don't even be surprised if we see Dominic Lovett come in and compete against Tesla for that 3rd spot. So I think one of these guys, keep an eye on it in training camp, in preseason, see who's going to be the guy in those 3 receiver sets, but I think they can have some value.
I think the other one, keep your eye on this Lions defense. That was not a great defense last year. Struggled to get after the passer, but you get Aiden Hutchinson back. They're thinking early in the year. Aleem McNeil's going to be later in the year, but you pick up Hassanan, you pick up Tyleik Williams. Keep an eye on that. especially if they can start forcing some more turnovers, forcing some more havoc.
I'm a little worried about that secondary still, but I think pass rush too.
But again, the best thing to shore up a secondary is to get after the quarterback. So keep your eye out on that one. Boys, time for a grade. It's nice to work through a draft that I feel like this was a really good draft. Some late round value.
User, this
feels like a B plus to me, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like B plus is definitely giving B energy, maybe B plus, nothing lower than a B.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with B or B plus here. I think it started off really hot with Ratledge and Williams. Fall off a little bit there, and then you pick up some great value picks, and that really got them in that B range. So I'll go B plus.
I'll be honest, like this borderline to me, I might be in an A minus realm for that one because I've seen some of these other drafts. I don't know how many more we're going to get game-wise that are as good as this one where you're sitting there with a lot of abilities. You're sitting there with a couple 90s, your late-round value. I mean, listen, you're not going to hit on all of them in the game, but this to me, I mean, listen.
I could go with an A minus.
I would put this on the bottom side of A.
No.
I could go with A minus.
You are not allowed to talk, Tyler Davis, because the Browns are very good based on the game.
You guys are those teachers that gave everyone A's and let them all pass.
You look at they got some steals. They got one of the best defensive rushers with the platinum abilities. We know they have the best right guard. They got one of the best top defensive tackles. They got another good guard. And then all right, you might not like Isaac Tesla because of his speed, but he's 6'4".
Dan Jackson too. If you have two bad picks,
I think that probably puts you in a B with Tesla, at least from a game perspective. Tesla and Dan Jackson B plus. But I really, if everybody said A minus, I really wouldn't have been unhappy about it. It's just good to talk about a draft that we're not like, is this a D? Is this a C minus? Like, it's nice to have a draft like this, and we get to move on to a new division after this one. So as always, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the socials and stay with us as we continue going through.